Adventure with Dawn and Diane. Hey, we took a trip to Indiana to see our son and daughter-in-law. Saw a bunch of sights on the way. Hopefully you watched that, part 1. Well, this is going to be part 2, our way back to California. Well, spoiler alert, we made it back. But hey, I need to do an intro anyway to show the exit, or I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, this is part 2. This is our return to California and all the sights we saw along the way. Hope you enjoy. As the sun sets in Indiana, we start our adventure back home. Diane said she wanted to stop in Peoria, Illinois. What's in Peoria that you want to... Oh, no. We spent the night just over the river from Nebraska. So why not jump into Nebraska, get a quick geocache, and then back to Iowa. There may not be a lot of things to see in Iowa, but we did stop by the world's largest truck stop. This video only shows a small portion of it, so I'd have to agree, it was pretty large. We crossed into South Dakota, which was interesting that there wasn't a welcome sign. We finally found one at a rest area, which of course I stopped at for Diane. We found this Minuteman historical site just off the freeway. Kind of small, but very informative. And then we drove across the freeway for just a few short miles, and we were at Badlands National Park. As we're driving down the road, I saw we're going through Sturgis, so I thought we'd check it out. Everybody's heard of Sturgis. Pretty nice looking town, actually, but I don't think I'd be here on Bike Week. If you know, you know. If you watched part 1, I talked about wind turbines. Well, here's a wind turbine blade with Diane standing at the bottom. Considering she is pretty tall, that makes these things huge. We stopped in Mitchell and saw the Corn Palace, which was interesting. But we started seeing signs for wall drug all the way back in Iowa and all across South Dakota. It's basically kind of like a indoor mall, but it's all owned by the same business. The picture is just a small portion of it because it was huge. We couldn't pass up visiting Mount Rushmore. It was carved in 1927 to 1941 by over 400 workers. And at night, they light up the president's heads. I couldn't pass that up, and I wasn't disappointed. Now they give us a warning. It's been blowing like that, if not worse, since Iowa. Looks like fire season is starting a little early in Montana. Just lucky, by pure accident, to come across something like this. We tried to check out the prismatic pond area, but there's no parking anywhere close to it. It was all full. So instead we saw the obligatory buffalo, or is it a bison? Oh, that reminds me of a funny story. Actually, we had to go to Old Faithful Geyser, stick around till it erupted. When Old Faithful finished, at least that eruption, we headed over to Yellowstone Lodge. What a beautiful place.
So when people see the squirrel, everybody pulls over to take a look. All right, Diane thinks it might have been a bear, but not sure. Either way, you can hardly get past. The second time we saw this was even funnier. But at least they put signs out to tell people what to do. Which, of course, was highly adhered to. Must have been a big squirrel. Unfortunately, we were going through Grand Teton kind of late in the afternoon, so the sun wasn't in a good position for good photos. But wow. For all those people blocking the road, they should have just drove a little further south. There's a whole herd right next to the road, and hardly anybody there. Well, until that tour van stopped blocking my view. Thought we'd stop at Craters of the Moon National Monument. Visitor Center was closed, water break, and all the caves were closed. Other than that, it was great. We spent the night at the Best Western Driftwood Inn in Idaho Falls. I mention this because they were the most kindest, accommodating people of any place we stayed on the whole trip, other than our sons, of course. For our last night on the road, we stayed in Burns, Oregon. Or was it Hines, Oregon? It's a pretty major metropolitan area. Hard to tell where the city limits are. Wagon tire. Population 3. Middle of nowhere. And just like that, we made it back to California.
Well, we made it back. We didn't even kill each other.
Thought about it, Bill.
We did 14 days, 5,411 miles. We went through 15 states. Went to a baseball game.
Go Reds!
Average price of gas we paid was $4.53. The most expensive was almost our last fill up in Burns, Oregon at $5.56 a gallon. And our cheapest was in Kimball, South Dakota at $3.75. Wish all of it was at $3.75. And let's see, we did 8 national park sites. We already said the baseball game. That was about it.
No, we did get to see our son and daughter-in-law.
Oh yeah, those guys.
The
Yeah.
whole reason we went.
And 4 yarn stores.
Yep.
Not a highlight on my side. But anyway, it was a good trip.
Yep.
Had a good time. Saw a lot of fun stuff. So, where should we go next?
Route 66, baby.
Is that after Alaska? We'll work on that. So, hope you watched part 1. That will give you a little bit more context of where we were. And thanks for watching. And hopefully see you back again soon.